Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is Presley, and in this video today, I want to give you my top 5 favorite reads of April. Now, I was thinking about putting novels on here, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to keep this to just comic books. Both of the novels I read were amazing though. Red Rising was fantastic, and Of Mice and Men was really good as well. Definitely check those reviews out on the channel. But yes, this is going to be a review/list for just the comics that I read. It was a light month in April. I only read 7 trades, but I do have a top 5, and I will say right off the bat, 2 Thor complete collections by Jason Aaron I did read. I'm only going to put 1 on the list. I feel like it's unfair to put 2, especially when I did read other things, because I don't want it to be dominated by the exact same book. So only 1 of those will be on this list. But yes, starting at number 5. Number 5, we have Avengers Volume 1 by Jason Aaron, The Final Host. Now, this was a pretty good introduction to the Avengers. It wasn't my absolute favorite book of all time. I think Jason Aaron has some better books, but again, April was a light month, so this book definitely snuck in on the bottom. It's still not bad. I really like the Ed McGuinness artwork throughout here. It just kind of throws you into the middle of the action. That's why it was a little bit confusing for me, because obviously, like, I know who the Avengers are, but we were just kind of very much thrown into the middle of what felt like a story that was already ongoing, and so we had to play catch up a little bit throughout here. Jason Aaron does do a good job of catching you up, but it definitely has some weird pacing towards the beginning where we're kind of already into it. Overall, with that Ed McGuinness artwork, had to give this book a 4 stars out of 5. Now, coming in at number 4 is going to be Daredevil Yellow. April was such a tough month for choosing my top 5 because even though I didn't read many, all the books that I read were fantastic. I have to put Daredevil Yellow at number 4 here because I really dug it. Jeff Loeb's writing is fantastic with Tim Sale's amazing artwork. That watercolor ink wash look to it makes a really nice, gritty, dark noir vibe with a hopeful story, a beautiful love story, but also kind of Matt Murdock dealing with Karen Page's death and how he is finding closure with her death by writing her letters that he knows she will never see. It is absolutely gorgeous, very profound stuff, and I had to give this book a 5 stars out of 5. Highly recommend it. Number 3, we have Moon Knight by Jeff Lemire and Greg Smallwood, complete collection. I truly dug the entirety of this book, really loved it. I thought Jeff Lemire's writing was super sharp. He took Moon Knight on a very interesting journey inside of his own mind. He wasn't just fighting criminals the whole time. He was actually basically fighting his own mind for a lot of this book, and I thought it was amazing. There is a little arc in the middle here about Mark Spector, Jake Lockley, and Stephen Grant all in their own little universes and their own art styles, which I thought was really cool, and kind of merging together at the end, allowing Mark Spector to eventually go try to defeat Khonshu because he knows that Khonshu is only using him because his mind is broken and he's easy to manipulate. I thought it was a fantastic book. Had to give this one a 5 stars out of 5. And honestly, this was my introduction to comics, to Moon Knight comics, because I hadn't read any of his before. And I think this was a beautiful place to start. It kind of shows you who Mark Spector is, who Moon Knight is, and it was beautifully written. Coming in at number 2, we have Thor Complete Collection by Jason Aaron, Volume 4. Amazing book. Volume 3 was good as well, but Volume 4 is my favorite of the 4 complete collections so far. This involved the ending of Jane Foster's main story arc. It also involved Unworthy Thor and where he's been for a little bit after losing worthiness of Mjolnir. Amazing stuff. We also have the arc with War Thor throughout here. I really dug this entire book. There wasn't a single issue throughout here that I didn't think was amazing or perfect. So I had to give this book a 5 stars out of 5. And this Thor entire run by Jason Aaron has been spectacular so far. I cannot wait to read Volume 5. But coming in at number 1, at the time of this recording and when I'm going to be posting this is Friday, May 1st. At the time of this recording, I have not reviewed this final book yet. We have Daredevil Modern Era Epic Collection Volume 2. This will be coming out 2 days from the time of this recording. So again, May 3rd, Sunday, be on the lookout for this review. This was a fantastic book. Now, it collects 19 issues of the 1998 Daredevil run. It collects 16 actually, and then 3 which are Daredevil Ninja. Okay, besides the fact that Daredevil Ninja was horrible, this run is fantastic so far. I really dug the artwork by David Mack on the first arc with Leapfrog and Leapfrog's son and Daredevil and Ben Urich trying to figure out what's going on. I don't want to spoil too much because I want to save a lot of my thoughts for the full review coming out in a couple days. But I just thought this book was fantastic. The artwork is inconsistent throughout because there's a lot of different artists working on this run, but each one of the art styles brings something to the table, and I thoroughly loved all of it. I loved every story arc too. The trial of Daredevil was really fun, and then also the killing of Kingpin. Fantastic stuff. Overall, this book, I flew through it. It was so fun, and some of the issues were kind of long, especially the trial of Daredevil stuff, but I had such a blast with it. This first epic collection that I read by Daredevil was nearly perfect, and I had to give it a 5 stars out of 5. So yes, that has been my top 5 favorite reads in the month of April. Let me know in the comments down below your top favorite books that you read and your least favorite if you want to. But yes, also let me know your comments on the books that I read down below. With that being said, thank you so very much for watching this video. Please make sure to like, comment, and hit that subscribe button. I'll see you later.